Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain for You. Finally stopped raining. It's raining for like 2.5 days here. Today I want to do a topic called Let's Simplify This, right? Because things can be pretty complicated in this mind-body space. So, take a couple of nice, fresh, clean air breaths. Some birds out here. Some hammers and construction off in the distance. At least Tractor Boy's not out. All right. Fill your lungs up. Release the tension from your body. Smile. Know that you're okay. So, let's really, really simplify this whole process of mind-body recovery, TMS recovery, what I call perceived danger pain. And, over the past few years of doing these videos and interacting with thousands of you by now, things have become crystal clear for me. And I hope I can convey that for you in this video, but let's really simplify it. At its core, the purpose of pain is to protect us from something the brain is perceiving as dangerous. You touch a hot stove, it's not guaranteed tissue damage, but the pain turns on, and it turns on strong. Why? As a warning. The brain is perceiving you're touching metal, you're in front of a hot stove, move your hand before you melt it to the stovetop. It's a warning, and it hurts bad. But 9 times out of 10, you don't burn yourself, not even a blister. So it's a warning. It's not an indicator of damage. It's an indicator of the brain's perception of danger. The brain takes in all sorts of information to come up with the conclusion that, yep, danger, and here's pain. So with TMS, it's not always this black and white. Touching a hot stove, danger, let's hurt to get your hand away. Perceived dangers can be almost anything. And in Sarno's description, the perceived danger was the negative repressed emotions, the scary, dark repressed emotions, primarily rage. And that was the first perceived danger that really spilled the bucket over and started overflowing, and we got symptoms. And not everybody has that particular, I'll say, origin for their pains. Not everybody has repressed emotions that are the cause for the pain. Some people have health anxiety in general. Some people can start out with a little tweak in their back, a little spasm, and may not have anything to do with repressed emotions. It could be the fact that they're starting a brand new job and they're really nervous, or they're going through a really heavy divorce and the emotions are strong. They're conscious emotions, but the stress level kind of fills that bucket and it spills over. And then we get medicalized, and then we get traumatized by the medical system that somehow fails to fix us because they keep on looking at the body, and they don't take into consideration the whole being, the whole person. Body, mind, soul, spirit, emotions, all of it. So perceived danger is my description for TMS. I think it can encompass so many different things, and in my opinion, it explains so much. If you've had some stomach distress after eating a certain food, danger. And now your brain is going to quickly learn that in an attempt to keep you safe from eating that food again, so it's going to create that distress to try to warn you to stop eating that food, right? Perceived danger, in my opinion, explains virtually all the various TMS symptoms. Learned pain, conditioned response. These things are all based on the brain learning or becoming conditioned that thing's dangerous, so I'm going to turn on the pain reliably. Perceived danger still covers it all. So overall, I believe perceived danger explains what is going on. And simply put, if danger's the problem, safety's the solution. So, I was having a coaching call yesterday morning with somebody, and the topic of Sarno came up, and I said, Sarno really was big on knowledge therapy. And it just popped out, and I said, my approach to recovery is safety therapy. So perceived danger is the problem, and the solution is knowledge therapy. In other words, get really clear on what this mind-body perceived danger pain TMS is. Knowledge therapy, because what does that accurate knowledge do? It draws down the fear considerably. And then I guess my approach, which maybe I'll play around with the name, you guys comment below if you like the term safety therapy, because that's going to simplify the solution as much as I possibly can. If danger, perceived danger, is the problem, then safety has to be the prescription, has to be the cure. And so my approach to resolving TMS does not involve 62 different types of fixing activities. If you want to do deep emotional work, that's on you. I don't see that it's required. I don't see how that necessarily teaches your brain that you're safe in the moment right now. Right? Safety therapy. I believe sincerely that if we can teach ourselves and our brains that I'm safe emotionally, physically, and mentally, the brain has no choice but to calm down the entire system, this highly sensitized nervous system. And if you're not perceiving danger and there's no fear about the symptoms because you have the accurate knowledge that you've attained through this knowledge therapy, which could be reading, watching videos, listening to podcasts, right? Knowledge therapy dials down the fear, and then this safety therapy reinforces it until the brain actually goes, oh, I get it. We're really not in trouble. Safety therapy. That's essentially what I deliver in these daily videos, in my group coaching, in my one-on-one coaching. And it can make a shift really quickly when you actually go, oh, I finally get it. I am really not broken. That's the knowledge, right? I used to talk about, the 4 C's or the 3 C's of recovery, which was clarity, knowledge therapy, clarity, right? What is it? Confidence, which is the belief in doing the assessments and saying, this is what's going on for me, right? Absolutely, that's the confidence. And then the 3rd C is calm. The rest of your job is to calm down. Calm down mentally, physically, emotionally. I've got a very specific way I do that, and I share that with my coaching clients. But it's feeling emotions, it's relaxing the body and breathing, kind of like I do in the beginning of these videos. And it's not taking our own thinking so seriously. Emotional, physical, mental. And then, how do we respond to the pains or the symptoms? Calmly. Calm reassurance, ideally indifference, where you go, I know it's temporary, I know it's just my brain overprotecting me. Freak out less. That's a great starting point. Because if I were to say stop freaking out, and I know I've done that. So for anybody who goes, I can't stop freaking out, let's soften that. Let's make it easier. Freak out less. Freak out less today than you did yesterday. Instead of freaking out 85 times a day, freak out 80. And then the next day drop down to 75 or 72 or whatever. And continually freak out less. Use the knowledge therapy to remind yourself continuously that, I understand this stuff. I've done the assessments, right? So now I'm confident that I'm actually on the right path, finally. And I've got this roadmap to recovery, which basically says safety therapy, or in other words, calm the bleep down. That's what safety therapy is. Feel your emotions so the brain feels that emotions are now safe because you're feeling them and nothing bad happens. Physically, you want to be safe by getting out of this tight, tense position and relaxing so that you can breathe normally. This screams danger. That screams safe. Smile. Safety. Right? Don't believe your negative, fearful, catastrophic, worrisome thoughts. That screams danger. Letting them float by, not necessarily having to do anything with them. That's also safety. Choosing your response to the symptoms. That's also safety when you respond calmly And you reassure yourself of the accurate knowledge, the knowledge therapy, which you've already attained or obtained. Indifference. And then what's the last thing? What's the last big piece of the safety therapy? Make focusing on your life and living your life and doing normal things a bigger priority than sitting around trying to spend 6 hours a day fixing yourself. Because if you're sitting there trying to fix yourself and judging and monitoring, and that didn't work, so I need to double down and do more, that doesn't really feel very safe, does it? Actually feels pretty broken. And so, what I encourage all my coaching clients to do is to fix less and live more. Make having some damn fun a priority. So I really can't simplify it any more than I just have. Perceived danger is the problem, and we apply two things: knowledge therapy and safety therapy. That's it. If you're doing 85 different TMS techniques from 14 different TMS experts, and this person told me to do this, and that person told me to do that, and I'm not even going to list out all the various TMS modalities. And now, if you're also adding on top of that, well, I get a day or two's worth of relief if I go to my physical therapist or my cranial sacral massage or whatever it may be. If you're now mixing 15 different TMS modalities with, still going out and getting physical treatments because you're hoping that somebody can fix you, it's very complicated, overcomplicated, and your brain's looking around going, I don't know what I should believe. They're telling me it's TMS, but yet they're going out and getting physical treatments. And when your brain doesn't understand and it's not clear and it's full of doubt, what happens? The brain stays highly vigilant, saying, I don't know what's going on. We better stay vigilant, on alert. The nervous system better stay highly sensitive because you're giving it 15 different conflicting messages, right? So, perceived danger, aka TMS, is the and only reason that you've got these symptoms. If you're a hybrid and you've got something else going on physically, that's fine, but this safety therapy can help you out with legitimate medical issues. Absolutely. Because stress hormones, digestion, immunity, those things will all get better with safety therapy. This calming, soothing, reassuring yourself, and bottom line, trust your body. The body is miraculous in its ability to take care of itself. That's just simply what this body does. It's fantastic. It's amazing. But yet we doubt it and we micromanage it. Couple core points. Eat reasonably healthy. Stay away from toxic shit. Excuse the language. Foods, drinks, toxic, chemicals in your home. And that doesn't mean go hyper vigilant on that stuff. That just means common sense. Treat your body well. And then treat your mind well. Because when you treat your body well and your mind well, your soul's going to be feeling pretty well taken care of. And trust your body. It knows what to do. We don't need to overthink the body. It really does know what to do. So our job is to teach the brain that we're safe, emotionally, physically, mentally. And then let the body take care of itself. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to simplify it as much as possible. Perceived danger is the problem. Therefore, accurate knowledge lowers the fear level, which is a message of safety. In and of itself, accurate knowledge that says, hey, you're not broken, that's a huge dose of safety and goes a long way towards turning down symptoms. Gentleman I spoke with yesterday had like 26 different symptoms. And he found out about this TMS, this mind-body stuff. And inside the first couple of months, he got it down to 2 or 3. And those are a little bit more sticky, which he's now working on. But the overall approach is, hey, look, you've just proven with the accurate knowledge about TMS, mind-body, perceived danger pain, and the massive drop in fear, these symptoms were dropping off left and right. And it was because he was able to accept the accurate knowledge that, holy cow, this makes sense. I'm really not broken. And so, I hope this simplifies it. Don't overcomplicate recovery. If you're not getting better yet, maybe you're doing too much. Don't look for 6 new things to do every day. And if you've read 3 or 4 books and you understand TMS, you don't need a 7th, 8th, and 9th book. You really don't need another book. You don't need to find another podcast or another person to follow. Perceived danger is a problem. Knowledge therapy, safety therapy is the solution. And if you're not sure if what's going on with you is TMS, do the assessments. yourpaintest.com, ppdassociation.org/symptoms. And then there's a FIT assessment that comes out of Dr. Schubner. And I've posted that on the Pain For You page and group. So look for that. And if you need it, hit me up and I'll make sure to post it again. But look, get clear. Understand what it is. Make sure you know that that's what's going on with you. Make a decision and a commitment. Once you've got that knowledge therapy down, the rest is all about safety therapy. Calming down. Teaching the brain that there's nothing to fix. That's it. And I know I've been rambling for 16 minutes on a let's keep it simple video. But I've repeated myself a few times here to really drive this home. Try not to overcomplicate it. If you're doing 18 things a day to fix yourself, your brain has no choice but to perceive that, holy cow, look at all the work they're doing fixing themselves. They must be broken. It's going to stay sensitive. Stay vigilant. The less you do, the faster you get better. I see it over and over again. Try not to overthink it. Try not to overwork it. Focus on living. Have some fun. And if the things you are doing are making you feel more stressed out and more in danger, and that you're not doing it right and you're judging yourself harshly because you should have been better by now, that's not safety. What can you do to make yourself feel better? Stop worrying about it, right? Focus on doing normal stuff. Put this out of your head. And time again, I hear people tell me examples of how, they went and they hung out with some friends, or they did this or they did that, and they left their comfort zone and they put this stuff out of their mind for a while, and inevitably, while they were out doing something fun, engaging with the world and other people, they felt so much better, in some cases, no symptoms whatsoever. So stop thinking about it. Focus on what you want. Start planning your life without pain, because that's available to you. That's on its way. So, simplified. Perceived danger is a problem. Apply knowledge therapy to it. Once you got the knowledge and you've done the assessments, all that's left is safety therapy. Am I doing things that make me feel safer? Am I using language with myself that tells me that I'm okay, I'm going to be well? This is all temporary. Or am I scaring the crap out of myself with the language that I use, telling myself that I can't do this, I can't do that? So, love you guys and gals. I'm really trying to drive these points home. Let's simplify it. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to, and certainly don't make this a full-time job to try to fix yourself. Make living your life and having some fun and being productive and connecting with others your full-time job. If you notice your symptoms, as much as possible, be indifferent to them. And if you can't be, at least freak out less and calmly reassure yourself. Safety, safety, safety. That's what I got for you today. Love you guys and gals. Happy Saturday. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. Go have some fun. Talk to you tomorrow.